Hi everybody, guess what? See this right here? That's right, look at this. This is the Lynchburg News in Advance from Saturday, May 16th, 2009. Look at that right there. Elevator photography. One weird hobby. Who's that? Alright, now we'll open up to the locals section. No, that's not me. That's not me. But, look at this. That's right. Some people have hobbies that are just plain weird. Look who that picture's of. Yep. That's me in the elevaTOURS building elevator in Lynchburg, Virginia. So, now that you've seen the paper, I guess I can read the story to you here. Alright, here we go. Some people have hobbies that are just plain weird. That's how Andrew, me, in fact, describes his hobby, elevator photography. Ever since I've been a little kid, I've been fascinated with elevators, he says. That fascination, he said, prompted his foray into his new pastime, videotaping his elevator rides across the country, particularly in Central Virginia. I always have my camera, and anytime I come up on an elevator, I'm filming it, he said. Lynchburg's elevators haven't escaped his camera, and many have made appearances on the online video sharing service YouTube. A search of the site for Lynchburg and elevator brings up several Hill City contributions from him, known as DieselDucy, on the site. One particular favorite in the area, he said, is the elevator in the elevaTOURS building on Church Street. One thing I can never get enough of is the beautiful Art Deco in that lobby, he said, he lives in Roanoke. He also listed the elevator at the Guggenheimer nursing home as a favorite. It's got a manual operated door, it's got a manual gate. I mean, it's 100% original. It's probably one of my favorites in the area, he said. Quote, the older and ricketier it is, the better. He said that he filmed his first elevator in 1993 at the Hilton Hotel in Atlanta. Glass elevator, it was 30 stories, he said. As enthusiastic as he is about elevators, there was a time where he was petrified at the thought of riding one. Yep, that's right, there was a time. Back when I was younger, I was terrified to ride elevators for about 2 years because I broke one at one time. It was an old elevator at an apartment complex. I rode it up and down for 3 hours straight, he said. The elevator suddenly stuck between floors and he couldn't get the 3-story contraption moving again. I pressed all the buttons, he said. I rang the bell. After about 30 minutes, someone heard it. A technician reset the circuit breaker, the only remedy the elevator needed. Down it went, he said. For about 2 years, I would not step in another elevator. Since getting more serious about his hobby, Reams has posted more than 700, this is an error in the story, videos of elevators to YouTube. With this digital age we live in, he said, the internet has made it much easier to share my hobbies with other people that share similar interests. Some of his online videos have gathered thousands of hits. A few have been viewed more than 30,000 times. Patrick Neds, 15, of Butler, PA, said he first became acquainted with DieselDucy via YouTube, and the two have talked by phone but have never met in person. We have talked for almost a year now, he said. I thought it was fun that I could actually talk to someone else that likes the same stuff I do. Despite his communications with hobbyists like himself across the country, he said there aren't too many. As far as I know, I'm the only elevator photographer in this area, he said. He said given the oddness of his hobby, he's had a few run-ins with security, especially in America's post-9/11 society. Filming elevators is something that's not very common, he said, mentioning one episode he had filming a hotel elevator in Stanton. The video went fine, he said, but on my way out, the man at the front desk asked me, "Are you a guest in the hotel?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not." He's like, "Well, what are you doing here?" I said, "I'm an elevator photographer," he continued. The conversation ended with a bit of frustration and DieselDucy promising never to come back, he said. Another time, it was at the Bank of the James in downtown Lynchburg. He didn't realize the elevators were equipped with security cameras. The security guard kind of just shook his head and laughed at me as I walked out. Most of the time, he said he gets blank stares, rolled eyes, or raised eyebrows. "I have gotten some weird looks," he said, adding, "Even my family thinks it's weird, but I mean, it's a hobby. I'm sure I'll get thrown out of the building sometimes," he added. And of course, to see my elevator videos, if you're watching this video, you know what the channel is. Well, that is me reading the article in the Lynchburg News in Advance. So, here it is one more time. One weird hobby. And there's the article. That, by the way, is the name of an Aerosmith song. Alright, so all I have to say now is bye, and thank you for watching.